I think maybe it's about time that the MTA takes responsibility for their people in terms of how they behave. Because this is not the first instance or incident where people are harassed in the taxi rank. And also that notion that seeks to say they were not in the taxi rank, I think it's just to hide behind the thumb. Because we know for a fact that those women, they opened a case. In actual fact, we are not just making empty allegations. The case has been opened, which also verifies also that the incident happened where and who committed that act, which it has been proven that those were taxi people, and therefore NTA cannot come and distance themselves in a manner that does not seek to speak the truth about the incident. So they need to take some responsibility and actually workshop their own people. Maybe one must clear one thing. The ANC did not organize the march. The ANC Women's League organized the march, along with other stakeholders, as I've just indicated, NGOs, the Alliance, and so forth, and ordinary community members. Even church members participated. I also don't think that there's anything that relates to ANC shying away from anything in terms of the march. As ANC Women's League, we have a task, as I've indicated earlier. Our task is a representation of all women and also to defend the rights of women at all costs. That includes peaceful marches like that one that we did, where we are displaying our dissatisfaction in terms of the conduct of taxi people, and also the message, we wanted to communicate that message throughout, not only taxi people, but anybody who has intentions of abusing women or has abused women, as you also understand that women are continuously being abused regardless of the laws and policies that we have. You know, they are a target market of anybody who is frustrated, especially men that have no respect for women. So that march had nothing to do with ANC shying away with any other responsibility. And as I've been indicating, there is ANC, then there is ANC Women's League. Number one, I think this needs to start at a very tender age. You know, boys need to be trained in terms of how to treat women from a very early age. At this time and age, it's very much shocking when you see people thinking that women are objects. My advice to guys would be, one, you need to understand that regardless of what your hormones are telling you at the time, you must have your own self-respect so that you can be able at the end of the day to respect other people, even if they're not women. Guys in the taxi rank, I think they need to understand that, one, the language that is vulgar that they are using and the behavior that is immoral that they believe in, it is not acceptable. And because they are not young people, it means they deliberately do these things because they are undermining the laws that we have in our country. And that also tells me that they also don't love themselves. Because if you can really abuse somebody for how they look or what they wear, it means you have your own insecurities that you want now to fulfill by undermining the next person. So I want to believe that generally, I can't say men are abusive, but those that are, they need to do self-introspection, because I don't think it's about who they are victimizing, it's about themselves and the fact that they are uncomfortable in their own skin. And that has nothing to do with whether they are educated, learned or not. It has everything to do with self-respect that they are lacking. So my advice would be, they must make sure that they don't continuously do these things, because our government is going to be very much impatient with people that undermine other people. We need to live in cohesion with one another. So that takes one to respect the other. And you can never respect any other person if you have no self-respect. And I also want to believe, if you don't love yourself, you cannot be able to love the next person, because it begins with you. So there's no excuse for that conduct of taxi people. You see?